The interdiction of the entire Garissa County security team over the attack at Garissa University that left 147 people dead. Okay, and 5 senior officers have been appointed to probe the Garissa attack, coming after the Inspector General of Police, Joseph Boynet, appointed Shadrach Maithia as County Commander of Garissa. This follows the interdiction of the entire Garissa County security team over the Garissa University attack. You'll remember that left 147 dead. Now, these announcements came after we had terror foretold, talking about the security lapses in Garissa County prior to that attack. That story was done by Ian Wafula. We're seeing the reactions to that now. All right, the number of fatalities witnessed on Kenyan roads has gone up during the first quarter of this year as compared to a similar period last year. According to the National Transport and Safety Authority, 804 Kenyans have lost their lives due to road accidents, with nearly half of this number being pedestrians and motorcyclists. Nairobi accounts for close to 20% of all accident fatalities recorded, with Mombasa Road, Thika Superhighway and the Eastern Bypass flagged as black spots within the city. The Traffic Police Commander Charlton Murithi attributes the slight increase in fatalities to overspeeding and incompetence on the part of drivers.
There is a lot of impunity on our roads, either by motorists themselves, the drivers, they don't have respect for the pedestrians, or the pedestrians themselves have no respect or little respect for the motorists. And when we arrest them, we charge them for obstructing motorists.
We want to have a national conference to sensitize all traffic enforcement officers, divisional traffic enforcement officers in the country, all county commissioners, whom we expect to cascade this to the level of the chief.
Governance in the country, and of course CORD, Coalition for Reforms and Democracy, currently launching its Okoa Kenya bill at the Bomas of Kenya here in Nairobi. The coalition's committee of experts, led by lawyer Paul Mwangi, is expected to present the bill to the CORD leaders, who will then submit it to the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission. Nicholas Wambua, who's been there, now joins us on phone for more details. Nicholas, good afternoon. This launch finally took place after being postponed twice?
Afternoon to you, Yvonne. Indeed, it is 9 months since the Okoa Kenya signatures started being collected, and today the CORD coalition, led by Raila Odinga, the leader, and the co-principals Moses Wetangula and Kalonzo Musyoka, gathered here today. The CORD's committee of experts, chaired by Paul Mwangi, just to deliver the bill, that's the Okoa Kenya bill, which it touches on main issues. Of which 5 issues included the devolution, land reforms, inclusiveness and national unity, electoral reforms, institutional reforms, and some other issues. If you can remember last year, they launched it in Uhuru Park, and they included 13 issues, of which I'm going to just touch on some of them, which are cost of living, corruption, and insecurity, which are really major issues in the Okoa Kenya campaign. And in attendance, Yvonne, we're having some leaders who are not really from the CORD coalition, who include Mother Karua and Boni Halwale from the UDF party, and together the Ronnie Sumba, sorry. And from here, after they launch the bill, Yvonne, they are going to invite views from the public into the Okoa campaign, or into the bill that they are going to present to the IEBC, from which the IEBC are going to forward it to the county government for further discussion. Back to you, Yvonne.
All right, thank you very much for that. Nicholas Wambua joining us, telling us about the issues that are being raised in the Okoa Kenya bill launch. And of course, who was present besides members of CORD? Do expect a more comprehensive report on that in our subsequent bulletins. Let's move away now from that. Nairobi County Government has established a civilian oversight committee comprising of local residents to spearhead the campaign against corruption at a county level. The committee is expected to educate, sensitize, and create awareness against corruption. Speaking at an education workshop for the committee, members noted the importance of public inclusion in the war on corruption.
Previously, we didn't have the public questioning how public expenditure was being done, but more and more we're seeing that now the public is taking interest in what is happening. We are having public participation enshrined in our constitution, such that today we cannot decide in a boardroom that we are going to do this. We have to consult the public.
The person who has been missing in the fight against corruption is the member of the public, because the member of the public is on the supply side. Those in the positions of leadership, they are on the demand side. So, and the committee that whose workshop the county secretary has officially opened on behalf of the county governor is to empower this committee to go out there and educate the public, educate Kenyans, sensitize them, create awareness, and show them the way on how to fight corruption, including in terms of prevention.
In international news, President Jacob Zuma has pledged to tackle the underlying problems behind the spate of recent xenophobic attacks as troops were sent in to support police in a crackdown against attacks on immigrants that have left at least 7 people dead. 11 men were arrested in a joint police and army raid on a hostel in downtown Johannesburg hours after the military was deployed. Many South Africans believe poverty and a severe jobs shortage is one driving factor behind mobs in Johannesburg and Durban targeting migrants from Zimbabwe, Malawi, Mozambique and other African countries.
A hastily erected camp for displaced people on the outskirts of Johannesburg. 400 people, many from Mozambique, Malawi and Zimbabwe, are sheltered here, all fleeing the recent flare-up in xenophobic violence that has swept South Africa. The fear of attack has sent a ripple of panic through much of South Africa's 5 million strong immigrant population.
They say that they received an SMS. There was an SMS that was going around to say that they were going to be attacked. So in fear of being attacked, they actually decided to come to the police station. So we had to put systems in place to ensure that they are safe.
They are talking to us that go back where from, go back to your country, we will attack you at the night,
Rumors, threats by SMS and social media have been adding to the panic, and a tension that has spilled, like here in central Johannesburg, into running street fighting. Many shops closed for days here, their foreign owners fearing attacks and looting. In 2008, more than 60 people died in xenophobic violence, mainly in Johannesburg's townships. This time, the death toll is much lower, but more than 300 people have been arrested and the army has been deployed to hotspots.
We come in as the ultimate option. What are we going to do now? We're going to be deploying. We're going to deploy because we know in the first instance that the presence of the South African National Defence Force will serve as a deterrent.
Hundreds of South Africa's immigrants have already left, like these Malawians arriving in Blantyre by bus. At night, in some places, some unemployed South Africans have been burning buildings and cars and looting shops. With unemployment around 25% in South Africa, soaring to over 50% among young people, workers from Asia or from other African countries often become the target of resentment and frustration.
We complain because other people from the hostel are not working. Even me, I'm not working. But now I'm trying to tell this guy to go back home.
The king of South Africa's Zulus, accused of having fomented the hatred with a speech blaming immigrants for rising crime, has since called for calm. Marches and candlelit vigils have also sought to calm tensions in South Africa, but the threat of further attacks is far from extinguished.
Hoping for some resolution in the South African nation on this matter soon. Let's move to sports news now. Now, as has been the norm, the London Marathon organizers once again put together an undisputed star-studded lineup for the 2015 edition that will take place this Sunday. 2011 champion Emmanuel Mutai is among the runners who will be hoping to rise above the rest of the stars, who include the reigning world marathon record holder Dennis Kimetto, as well as former holder Wilson Kipsang. Mutai will be making his 8th appearance in the British capital.
2011 London Marathon champion Emmanuel Mutai joins a group of over 25 athletes for morning workout in Naiberi, Kaptagat. The group sticks together for about 25 kilometers when slowly the wheat is separated from the chaff. It doesn't take long for Mutai to take charge of the training group. At the end of a 42 kilometers run, Mutai's London Marathon assault is one training session less.
Me, I felt good because maybe the last 3 weeks ago, the body has not been responded well. I was expecting, but today I feel.
London Marathon is special to Mutai in more than one way. It's the cause that taught him resilience, the very crucial recipe for any marathoner. The British capital gifted him his first World Marathon major win and a course record on his third appearance.
The course is okay because I've been running there. I know all aspects of the course, but you know, that is what I'm saying. Sometimes when the body responds well, you feel good, but sometimes when you don't feel good, that is the difficult part.
Well, in 2012, you went to the London Marathon as the defending champion and also the course record holder, but this time you'll be going to the London Marathon as the second best marathoner of all time. Do you feel under pressure?
When I am preparing for the competition, so I don't want to put myself in pressure, because I know if you put yourself on pressure, so you will not perform. Because I know what I've been doing in the training, that will make me perform what I know.
Mutai has in the past lost to Wilson Kipsang, Dennis Kimeto and Geoffrey Mutai, all who have been drafted into the elite field lineup. Throw in Chicago Marathon champion Eliud Kipchoge, Sami Kitwara and Stanley Biwott. Can competition in any marathon get better than these?
When the field is so strong, I know that everybody has that fear that maybe this guy is so stronger than me.
A world record time may be far-fetched, but it's difficult not to term the 2015 London elite field as the greatest ever assembled. Lynn Washira, KTN.
All right, and that's where we ended for now. Thank you very much for joining us this afternoon. Do stay tuned for Mbilia KTN and, of course, the news at 7 and at 9. Thanks for joining us. Have a great afternoon. My name is Yvonne Okwara Matole.